villagers, welcome back to another video, and we're back on Farming Simulator 19 where I've got my two new purchases. Two of my newest purchases that I bought, or three actually. I've got the fertilizer station, so I can get access to fertilizer without having to lug pallets to and from my from the store, so I can refuel all my equipment here. Although 15 grand for filling up this is expensive. I've obviously got the Breedle fertilizer, which I think I bought at the end of the last episode, along with the weeder. And then I've also bought this Fendt 930 tractor because I'm going to be upgrading my cultivator and seeder shortly. And I need a tractor that's got the pulling power. And I've taken a contract to fertilise field 14, I think it was. Yes, which should be this field. In fact, I know it's this field because it's one I normally buy. Right. What we need to do is unfold the fertilizer. And then what we'll do is switch it on. And this will give us some nice bit of money, about 14 grand I think, for doing this fertilising mission, which pretty much pays for the fertiliser. Which I can then use on my fields, which my workers are still working on at this point in time. We should be able to get this done fairly quickly. Probably 2 more passes, I would think. And it'd be an easy contract job. So fertilising jobs, definitely something to take. Fertilising jobs with a piece of a kit like this, which wasn't that expensive. Can be quite profitable for the starting out farmer. And I'm going to have to do lots of contract work because now I've bought some equipment, my starting funds have diminished rather quickly. And like I say, I want to buy a bigger cultivator and a bigger seeder. I'm going to sell the other two, so that'll offset the cost a little bit. Whereas obviously the new tractor, fertilizer and weeder are they are outlays. There's no offsetting their costs, unfortunately, because I haven't got anything to sell because I didn't own anything to start with. Contract is finished. Oh, fold him up. Go get paid. 12,000. That's not bad. They want some harvesting doing. That's corn. Corn. Field 30 is a big field, I think. Until is 10 grand by the time. I mean, I could do it. I could do that with my own. Can't I? Because I've got the tractor and I've got a trailer, so yeah, we'll queue that up. That's 10 grand. Right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fertilise both fields very quickly. I'm going to fertilise the field I've cultivated, and then I'm going to fertilise this one that I have sown, or I'm in the process of sowing. And that way, it'll save us a job later. Missed a bit there. Maybe not. We'll try and drive in a straight line. It's not easy. And again, I've bought another tractor that doesn't have anything on the front I can use as a good reference, visual reference guide to make sure I'm driving in a straight line. Fertiliser. Tiny little dot on, I think, on the front of the tractor I can use. It's not going to be much use on this field. No, I can't see out now. Texture's blending in. In Farm Simulator 17, you wouldn't have had this problem because obviously there was a great mod for Farm Simulator 17 called GPS, which ensured your ensured you drove in nice straight lines. Missing a tiny little sliver. Two workers are rapidly at work. And this is a bit of a problem now. I'm just going to reverse onto the field because the sower needs to do a bit more work. So we'll switch out of that. He's still working. Right, we need the combine. And we need, I think it was the corn header, wasn't it? Corn in field 30, yeah. I need that header that I bought, which is parked over here. Right, field 30 is where? Across the road from 29. Across the railway line from field 29, should I say. So we can do that one. Get the combine unfolded. I'll unfold the header when I get there. That's the best, probably the best way of doing it. Amazing there's no like crossing barrier there. Risk your life. Take your life in your own hands. Right. Unfold the header. This bad boy. And I'll probably do a head row all the way around the outside of the field to make life a bit easier for me. It's a slightly odd-shaped field, field 30 and field 29. They're very weirdly shaped. I think merging field 30 and 27 together would be a sensible thing to do. That'll take out the odd shapeness. Can't harvest the wrong plants. Game doesn't let you do that. Once you start harvesting one crop, the combine will only harvest that same crop until you've emptied, and then it'll let you harvest a new crop type. Go through here, and obviously, how lovely. Bouncy seat, look. Love it. Still don't have great visibility, do you, in a combine? One of the reasons why I prefer to do my combining in the third person. Sail down here. Hopefully we'll be in a good position again. Back her up. We'll back her up nicely. Not miss bits, especially not on the head row. Just have that little bit of an offset overlap. Helper F has completed their task. That's the cultivator, I believe. So we can go grab him, put him on the tippy truck, and bring the tippy truck over to the harvester. going to need to empty this pretty soon. But we're going to need to empty this so soon, in fact, I'm going to... risk my life turning around on the train track. Go down this row again. Because then we'll probably be full by the time we reach the end. Missing bits. Got missing bits. Not quite full. So what we'll do is we'll be down here next. I'm going to stop in there. Pipe out. I'm not sure if you can... you can change the angle on that. Right. We need him. So we're going to go put the cultivator back in the shed. We do not need that again at the moment. I haven't got a power washer yet, so I can't wash it. Hold it. Lower it. Drop it. A tippy truck is over on the silo, isn't it? Like that. Filling point there if we wanted to fill the truck up, which we don't. But we do want to go to field 30. I'm going to insert a little bit of a time lapse here, and I'll be doing that throughout this episode for the combine harvester unloading and delivery. drum. I'm going to do some fertilising for a second though while the harvester's not going anywhere. Catch the seeder up a little bit because he's almost done. You'll laugh if he runs out of seed. It will. Look at my dude. Me chilling out with my sunglasses on, my red flannel shirt. And as I say, we'll just stop there. The harvester, there he is, right. There's old solar man coming on. Excellent, he's nearly finished. So we'll go to do a bit more fertilising. Don't have access to that land. Don't want to fertilise it then. Then we'll get this done. And it'll be done. Also, we need to sow the other field. This one. We're now done with the fertiliser. I'm going to take this and park it somewhere. It'd be nice to see if we can get some more fertiliser jobs. Because I've got lots of fertiliser now. Now squeeze through here. Ow! Right, we detach that there for now. Parking over here. Right, he's out of seed, so even if I wanted to fertilise that other field, sow that other field, I can't. Because we don't have any seed. So I'm going to have to refill that, which I'm not going to do because I'm going to sell this sower and buy another one. So filling this up would be a complete waste of time. And as much as this tractor looks quite cute and quite nice, I'm potentially going to sell this tractor too because it's just not powerful enough to do what I want it to do. So we will be getting rid of this as well, I think. But for now, I'm going to take them and park them back in the shed. Or outside the shed here. Pipe in. And we're going to go for make sure obviously I have an overlap. Okay, so I'm going to do the time-lapsey thing again because it takes quite a long time to finish this contract because this field's quite large, so it takes quite a lot of harvesting, and obviously the size of my tippy trailer means I have to do quite a few trips to the old bakery to unload it. So I'm going to, like I say, time-lapse the rest of this sequence, and it's going to be about 10 minutes or so, actually. It's crazy. Now, and that's 10 minutes time lapse, so you can imagine how long it took at normal speed, at real time, to harvest this entire field. But I say it was a good contract, well worth doing, got me some money, which is always good. Jobs like this, as long as I have the equipment for it, I'm probably going to take in the early start phase of the game because it will help my bank balance. Harvesting jobs and fertilising jobs tend to pay quite well. That's something I have noticed, and I have noticed I do tend to miss bits on the farm. I'm not very good at driving in straight lines. That's something that I need to improve on. It'd be nice if we had some mods like the GPS mod, which would make that a heck of a lot easier. But unfortunately we don't have that yet, and we may not have it at all because obviously the guy who developed the GPS mod now works for a company that makes a rival game to Farming Simulator, so I'm pretty sure his employers don't allow him to produce content for other companies' products. So we'll probably need a new modder to come along and code a GPS mod. There are some other mods though. I am using some mods already in this playthrough, in this series. I briefly touched on it, you know, like I've got the placeables for the like fertiliser refill and seed refill and stuff like that, so I can put them on my farm. It's just quality of life, that is. It saves me having to travel to the shop to pick up pallets of seed and fertiliser and stuff, which is an absolute nightmare. It's a lot more convenient to have things on the farm that I can use to refill my my equipment. Get the tippy truck tipped. It likes that. Then we're off. We're off on our travels again. Lots of travels to the farm. Get the new Holland baler harvester. So yeah, there's a couple of things I obviously want to do. I've already mentioned I want to upgrade my cultivator and my seeder. I want to get something a little bit bigger to speed up how long it takes me, so you know I can cultivate and seed my fields much quicker, because time is money, especially when you're hiring workers, because the longer it takes for them to do a job, the more you are outlaying and spending. Another thing I want to do is obviously, once I've bought a couple of fields, is reshape them a little bit, because as I say, the lack of headlands on some of these fields does make it a bit difficult, especially when you're using big machinery. So that's something that we will be doing as the series progresses. And then obviously we'll be looking at doing other things as well, like there's a few trees I want to chop down and maybe sell some wood chips. There's also animals to look at, which I've never done before in a farming simulator game, so I might have to have a look at that in this game. Start with something simple like chickens, because they're pretty easy, low maintenance. They only require wheat and barley to feed on and a little bit of cleaning. I think things like sheep, cows and pigs are a lot more demanding, and I don't have the resources yet to be able to deal with their demands. I don't have the fields to produce what they need. So yeah, that'll be coming. And then obviously we need to get into being able to do like root crops. Need to get the equipment needed to do those, such as potatoes, sugar beets and stuff like that, because they're worth quite a bit of money on this map. It's just that unfortunately the equipment required to harvest those crops is very expensive. So yeah, there's a long way to go, a long life in this series and on this map. And as I say, I like this map. I like the fact that it's pretty easy to navigate round. It's fairly open. Like I say, you don't have a lot of trouble getting machinery around the map, even with the AI traffic. The fields are decent sized and they're not too mountainous like the Ravenport and Fellsbrunn maps. So yeah, I quite like this. Like I say, I'm no expert when it comes to Farming Simulator. I have a few hours logged in FS17. Like I say, I'm still learning the game. I'm not a farmer in real life. I've never done farming in real life. The closest I've come to doing any kind of farming work was when I worked for a golf club for 7 years, and occasionally left the comfort of the pro shop to go out and assist the greenkeeper on some days, do a bit of work here and there. So, you know, I have driven tractors and trailers, but never really done, you know, serious work, and never been able to reverse a trailer to save my life in real life. But yeah, things like that, sprayers, yep, use those. Mowers, definitely. Grass mowers, obviously, working on a golf club, you use a lot of mowers. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to playing this series. As I say, I have been playing this map quite a bit on Twitch. I've got a save running on Twitch where I've been messing about, whereas this one is obviously starting pretty much from the beginning. Basic, you know, your starting budget, starting equipment, and building up from there. Obviously with my Twitch stream I've kind of played around a bit, edited bits and pieces in the game files to make things a little bit easier for me, giving myself some equipment, giving myself extra fields to work on from the start, just so that, you know, there's actually stuff happening quite a bit for people to watch, whereas this is actually going to be played pretty, you know, realistically. You know, everything's going to be done properly. I'm going to have to earn money to buy stuff. I'm not going to be like cheating in equipment and anything like that, cheating in money. Unless something goes wrong, like we have any glitches or issues, because there are some unfortunately in the game. I do experience one towards the end of this episode where the combine goes wrong, and I can't close it, which means I have to sell it back and buy another one because I can't harvest different crops. It's stuck in corn harvest mode and it won't let me do anything else. There is apparently a workaround for that, but at the time of recording this I don't know what it is, so the only solution I could think of was to sell it and buy a new one, buy a different harvester. I hope those are things that Giants are going to get patched fairly quickly in the game. I have just seen on the Giants forums that there is going to be a patch coming out very shortly where they have fixed some things, like the contract system. There's an issue with the contract system in game where after a certain point contracts just disappear and you don't get any new ones, so you can't make any money from contracts in the future. There's also an issue with contracts where you can accept them, start doing them, and halfway through the contract they disappear, meaning you can't complete them. You don't get the money, you don't get paid, yet you may have obviously used equipment, used seed, fertilizer, etc, etc. You've definitely used fuel, and therefore you are out of pocket. So hopefully they're going to release a fix for things like that. But obviously the game's only been out a week and there's bound to be a few little issues here and there with it. But for the most part, like I say, I'm not having any massive problems and I'm having lots of fun with it. So I'm going to keep doing so. Okay, I seem to be having a problem with the combine. It won't fold up. I think it's glitched out. I've seen this happen on other videos and streamers and stuff, and it's the first time I've experienced a problem myself. But basically what's happened is the combine seems to think that it's still got crop in it, as is indicated by obviously the symbol down there next to the fill level. So it thinks there's a crop in it even though it's empty, so it won't let me close the combine up. And if I try to harvest anything with this combine, it won't do it now because it thinks it's obviously picking up corn. It's supposed to be harvesting corn, so yeah, it's kind of bugged out. Now, apparently, the way to fix it, if you have this problem, is to just exit out of the game, restart the game, and that fixes it. I didn't know that at the time of recording this video, so the only way I thought I could fix the issue was to sell my combine and buy a new one, which I've done for the next episode in the series. But for now, this is the end of the episode. Thank you all, hopefully, for watching. Hope you've all enjoyed it. I hope you'll consider hitting that like button for me and leaving some comments. Let me know what you think of the series so far. And of course, if you're new to the channel or you're not currently, please remember to smash that subscribe button, as it helps my channel out greatly, helps me grow. And I will look forward to seeing you all again very soon with another video and some more content. So for now, from me, it's goodbye.